Now then, now that The Acolyte is finished, time to give my honest review. And honestly, my friends, maybe it's about time we use this evidence in our little revolution against the people responsible. No more half measures, my friends. None at all. The time to act, the time to fight, has to be soon, and it has to be now, maybe. For everyone. But without any further ado, let's get started. Five or 10 actors will be enough. Hello, my friends. As you saw from the intro, it is time for a review. And this time it's in regards to Star Wars The Acolyte that was created by
Leslie Headland.
Headland. And it is part of the Star Wars franchise, obviously, and set at the end of the High Republic era, before the events of the Skywalker saga, which was basically what I remember from the intro, 100 years or so before any of our favorite characters were born. And the time where a certain little Grand Master was there. And it says here, this one follows a Jedi investigation into a series of crimes. Let's see. It says here Headland expressed an interest in working on the Star Wars franchise by the end of 2019, about 5 years ago, and was developing a new series for Lucasfilms by 4 years ago in April. The title was announced that December of that year. Filming took place in London and at Shearfield Studios in Berkshire from October of 2 years ago to June of last year, with location filming in Wales and Portuguese or Portland. It says here The Acolyte premiered on Disney Plus at June 4th about a month ago, with its first 2 episodes. The following 6 were released weekly throughout July 16th. And it says here the series received generally positive reviews from the critics. But with the fandom, I'm afraid that's a different story. Now, who are the actors and actresses? Unfortunately, I won't be able to pronounce all of them, but perhaps I can tell you who half these people were. And I can't say half the Jedi's names, but I can definitely talk about their accolades. Amanda Stenberg. I remember her. She was in the Hunger Games and she was in the Spider-Man movie as well. Let's see. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Margot is also known as Spider-By. And I thought Sword Art Online had very unique digital works. Let's see. It says here Amanda played as two characters. They'll probably use the stunt double for the other one to make her twin. Osha and Maeve, twin sisters who were separated by a tragedy when they were young. Osha is the former Padawan of Soul who left the Jedi Order due to immense turmoil. She has regained her connection to the Force. Nay is presumed dead until she reemerges as a dangerous warrior using the dark side of the Force. It says here Amanda studied the Star Wars films and the online Wikipedia of Star Wars in preparation for the series, and she has wrote backstories for both her characters. She compared them to the yin and yang, so in my opinion, is a little bit dangerous with her emotions, while Osha has some control, but there's some turmoil in her. But each of them are yin and yang. It says here, Osha represents the yang, and Ming represents the yin. Let's see. I always wonder what those Chinese symbols represent. Perhaps I'll put that in my description or read it up later. I can't pronounce this man's name. Li Jun. Yeah, I can't pronounce it, but his name in this series was Sol, a respectable Jedi master. It says here Mr. Li was surprised that the creator, and wanted him for the character based on his performance in the Squad game, which I have seen. Nasty, emotional, unique, but nasty. In a good way, And it says, feeling that the two characters were very different, obviously. The series is his first English language role, and he worked with 2 dialect coaches starting 4 months ahead of the filming to be able to perform his lines. And honestly, he did very well in this series with his lines. It says here he took inspiration from previous Jedi Masters in the franchise, particularly Liam Neeson's performance as Qui-Gon Jinn, and worked with Hayden to be specific about the character's emotions in each scene due to Saul having to balance a Jedi's control of emotions with his complicated feelings about Osha and Maeve. Now who's this man? I've seen you somewhere before. You said here you were Men in Black. And John Does Jr. Interesting. So you had some experience before. Charlie Barnett. I can't say his first names as a Jedi, but I do remember him by the book Jedi Knight and Temple Guardian. Ugh. Since when does anyone need to be by the book and by the rules? It's why I'm a little more rebellious these days. But this actress, I remember you very well.
Daphne Keane.
Daphne Keane. Ugh. It's a little... Yeah, I remember her as Saul's current young Padawan, who was also a hybrid of both a Jedi and an alien species. I recognized her kind before. I've seen them from the Return of the Jedi and the Clone Wars series. Let's see. Looks like Rebecca Henderson. I think I remember seeing her before a long time ago. But judging by her record before, she was in the GTA works. Michelle or Karen. Yeah, I remember that lady. She played as a senior member of the Jedi Order who rose to as a young prodigy. Interesting. Jonah Taylor Smith as Mother Assyria, the leader of Coven of the Force Witches. I've seen these kind. They were similar to the Force Witches, and this lady, she feels familiar. An unknown. Odd. Three more, especially with this woman here. My apologies if I can't get the characters down, but at least I'm still giving this as a gift. What? Can't always rely on pronunciations these days. You gotta do everything yourself, don't we? That's okay, you came prepared. Pronouncing. Huh? Odd.
Carrie-Anne Moss.
Ah, Carrie-Anne Moss. I seen her before a long time ago. She did, it says here she did the works as in the Matrix, and she was in Jessica Jones. And I even heard she was in other series as well. A Jedi Master who specialized in force through fighting. Oof. And spoiler alert, she was killed by May by at the start of the series. But it says here the creator wanted the characters to immediately feel that this one was the most powerful Jedi in the room. She was inspired by Moore's performance when she was doing her character in The Matrix. And when creating the character, intended for her to see her as that one with the lightsaber, she felt the character's death set the tone for the series, establishing that Jedi can be killed, and indicated that audience assumed about good and evil could be wrong. Huh. And it says here the actress and her bonded over their shared spiritual background. Curious. 2 more to go. Hey, I remember you. Yeah, I think I remember seeing you from time to time. You've been many generations. Has I guess against spoiler alert, a Sith master who disguised herself as the smuggler. Wouldn't be the first time that Sith have been hiding in the shadows, or rather, having a persona of their own. Familiar story of a certain emperor? Dean Charlie Chapman. I remember him. He was the one who played as Tormund in Game of Thrones. Or Tommen, yes, can't pronounce his name. A Jedi Master who took the Barrage vow, floating in silent force state of force meditation for almost a decade. This vow was introduced in the Star Wars Darth Vader comics. I remember the Barrage vow. Basically, I think it was the study the force in that, but let me have a look at it quickly. I know this is a review, but try to keep your head in. Rush foul. Oh, no. Stop another machine. Damn it. I gotta hurry. Where is? Oh, there it is. There we go. Thank you. It says here the vow is taken by Jedi who feel they have done something deeply wrong, but particularly by a misstep they believe they do. And why they don't lead the order, they decide to sit and listen to the Force until they better understand themselves and what it's saying. To be honest, it's kind of self-imposed exile in a way, but you can still come back. Yep, so many unique characters, so many potentials. So what did I think of it? Empty, but determined. Because I see that movie, or series, my bad, as proof that we need new leadership. We need change. We need to declare our revolution. But we need to do it properly, which I am disappointed with how the fans have been behaving. I understand it's breaking the canon, breaking the legend stuff. It's not right, not long enough. And you're right, there are a lot of things, but not all of them are awful and not all of them are hopeless. But the big thing that I'm really disappointed is saying that Star Wars is dead. It's not. It's more of in the shadows, if I'm to describe, that needs to come into this light. To be honest, I'm just tired of these pointless squabbles, which is why we need to unite. We need to fight back. And my review, 5.5 out of 10. It was supposed to be 6.5, but I decided to change it down a bit due to a few disappointments. For the acting, the music, and including the lightsaber combat. But I can see where the fans are coming from their criticisms and that. But the time for these squabbles have long passed. 5.5 out of 10, and the time to fight is now, my friends. No more half measures, no more excuses, and no more fighting amongst ourselves. We have to do better. We have to. I declare a vote of no confidence against Kennedy and Bob and many others who have failed us. Except Dave Filoni. That is my truth, and that is my review, and that is my opinion. I am not disappointed. I could have expected more from the series, but it still was interesting. I always enjoy a good investigation. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you around. I have spoken.